Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Quilty from Cyndi Knapp. Now this one is hot off the presses. If you have not subscribed to tanglepatterns.com, highly recommend that, as well as go to zentangle.com and subscribe to their blog or newsletter. And of course, if, I'll say, I don't publish as frequently, but feel free to subscribe to mine, which information is in the description section. All right, this is I think this is gonna be a super quickie. We shall see. Neat tangle, step outs, as well as a link to the Tangle Patterns where I got this from, is going to be in the description section. All right, this is it's kind of a grid pattern. It's a grid of boxes, a grid of squares. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start right in the middle. I do believe, yes, I am, because that's what I like to do. All right, now you'll have to play a little bit with the size of square, so we'll just get going here. And I'm always trying to make them uniform, but you know what? I did find in this tangle that even if it's not so much, it still works. Now this is how, a lot of times when it's a grid pattern, this is how I'll start. I'll start in the middle, kind of depending, go out to one side and then fill in so I can see this grid, right? And then I'll fill in, the other directions. Because my aim is without the use of any aids, because that is kind of what Zentangle's about. Well, this one's going to be a little bit further. I'll bring that up a little bit. To make my grid as even as possible. But, the thing is, if that freaks you out, which I suppose it probably did me at first, but I aim for more of the Zentangle experience in just stretching myself to just put the ink on the paper and just go and have the experience and not worrying about pre-planning or anything. Whatever happens, happens. And as you can see, well, you see how, it's okay. It's all right. And I just keep working on that. But I encourage you, if you're tempted to use some kind of a, aid, whether it's a dot grid, graph paper, whatever, give it a try without. Just give it a try. It's going to be okay. All right. Next step, once you have your grid into whatever space that you are filling, the next step is just a series of straight lines. Okay, so we're going to start here. So looking at the, this is the upper left box, and we're going to go in columns. And we're just going to go from, as you can see, this is the bottom right corner of that first box. And we're going to make a straight line. I always called it kitty corner. So we're going sort of diagonal to the upper left on the box below it. And then we'll kind of complete that big X that we're making, like so. And then just rinse and repeat. So each column, we're basically making big X's in those columns, just like so. One thing that I found helpful is kind of keeping my eye on where I'm aiming. So, starting here and keeping an eyeball just so I can make that straight line. A couple times I've had to kind of go, whoop, and make it, just a little bit curved, because that's just what happened. Okay, so once you have your columns done, turn your tile 90 degrees and we'll do it again. And we'll also see how well or not having a couple boxes like that first one a little off kilter. The thing too is to not worry about it. Let Zentangle be a nice freeing experience where you're not worrying about anything and looking for the end result, which is this. and it's amazing. Now, this is the tangle. That's it. Now, you can, of course, if you wish, decorate it. So you could do, some color in any of the boxes. And so if there's something that you really don't like, that's where you could, fill in something and use that. However, something to watch out for. So like normally I would be tempted to, fill in this box and scooch it over a little bit, but that's not going to work because I've already drawn this X line. And so that won't work as a fix in there. But lots of different ways that you could decorate this. Like I said, with filling in, with drawing just straight lines, whatever it is that you want to do. I kind of like it just the way it is. Take a look at the Tangle Patterns link. I usually label it for more inspiration, because in there you will see Linda Farmer, who she is tanglepatterns.com, and so she has done a couple samples, like in her thumbnail, and then there was another one where she did some decoration, and then also, and this is why I think I like it, because when you scroll down and see Cyndi's step out, and what she did is use this as a background. And I think I'm going to start a new category of backgrounds. So, she puts a tangle, in front, and then you essentially draw this behind using the hollowbow technique. If you don't know what that is, do a search on my channel here for hollowbow. And then it's the art of drawing behind. So, but yeah, she's really, really neat. And I kind of like it just open like this. So, and then she's got some different tangulation, some ideas for ways to fill it in. So with that, I'm going to just leave it like this. And if you enjoyed the video, like, share, subscribe would be awesome. And then also, if you're interested in online classes, kind of taking Tangle to, I don't know if I want to call it the next level or not, but kind of at least having fun with other tanglers. Would love to have you join us on any of the classes that I do. I do a combination of free and paid. Information is on my website. Just click on classes, and would love to have you. We have a really, really fun time. And then both Facebook group and I don't think they do groups on Instagram. But there's a number of tanglers on there, and you can just be inspired by the lovely work that everyone does. And it's just so much fun and so rewarding, I think, for everybody. So with that, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it immensely, and I wish you happy tangling.